What we're gonna do today, clean my camera. This is a Pentax ME Super. As you know, talked about it a few times before. This is my favorite SLR camera, at least that I own, and of all of the ones that I've used, it's my favorite to use. It's the smallest 35mm SLR, very compact, has a lot of different features, as you know. Got automatic, manual, 125 flash sync, bulb, and you know, just overall real great. It's got exposure compensation dial up there, and I take this thing with me everywhere I go. It's very easy to just toss into a bag and travel with, so I do. Problem with that is I do take it everywhere, and it kind of shows. Recently, I just got back from a little trip I took up to Oregon, and yeah, this thing definitely got tossed around quite a bit. Also, I have another special visitor, my Mamiya C330. Love this thing. Have not had an opportunity to really talk about it. My other setup is really more optimized for showing larger cameras such as this. But if you guys are interested in a Mamiya C330 video, definitely put one of those together. This one's very unique. I took this with me, and it got a little dusty, got a little dirty. So I'll be cleaning this off a little bit too. But we're gonna start with the ME Super here, and yeah, just kind of do a little bit of cleaning. Both of these are empty, which makes it just easier to clean. I don't like to clean cameras with film in them because I feel like it's kind of like a half clean, you know? I like to really get in there and clean it up. And I believe that that dent there, that's new. I think that was a product of a rock or something. So yeah, definitely try and take better care of your things than I do at times. But I love this camera. The thing I don't like about it super much is the material that they use for the top and the bottom, because it's like this plastic metal composite thing, and it just shows everything, every little scuff. And it's got all these like little nooks and crannies that dirt and dust gets into. I actually got this idea while I was traveling, because I look at it and I'm just like, dang, I don't think I've cleaned this thing in a while. I think what I did is I filmed a video where I cleaned this, and it ended up being like, it was like 30 minutes long or something. And I just suppose that nobody wanted to really watch 30 minutes of me attempting to clean a camera. I put new light seals in it, and that was only a couple months ago, I think, that I did that. But anyway, after seeing my ME Super video, it was like the most popular one on my channel, so I figured I should probably do some more ME Super content, because that, and also these are my favorite cameras, so it's only fair. I will say, I don't think you can actually see through the viewfinder. My viewfinder is impeccably clean. I had a comment on one of my previous videos about how easy is it to clean the viewfinder, and in short, it's very difficult to clean the ME Super viewfinder. Unlike something like a A1, there are systems out there where you can pull the focus screen out, or you can pull the prism off. This unfortunately does not have one of those systems, so basically you have to take the top off, and then you have to the circuit board off, which sits over top of the prism. It's fairly easy to do, but if you don't know what you're doing, it's not fun. And then you have to remove the prism, and then you can clean it from there. And it's just like, it's just a lot to do, really. I got this off OfferUp for, I think, like 20 bucks. I got this, and actually looks pretty good down there. I got this and a 50-1.4 lens. So really a steal. And it was at the time when I was just working through ME Supers daily. I was spending like hours a day just working on ME Supers. Taking them apart, putting them back together, learning how they operated and everything like that. So really well acquainted with the system, which is another reason why I like using it so much, is because essentially I can take the whole thing apart really and put it back together again and have it still work. Because there's a few cameras out there I can take apart, put them back together again, but they won't work. But I can do that, you know? So anyway, love ME Supers though. When I saw the deal for it, I was like, oh heck yeah, like that is just an absolute bargain. 50-1.4 lens. I had a K1000 that I was using a lot. I still do use my K1000, but this just, oh, it travels so easily. So, yep. And as much as I'm not a huge fan of the scuffs and the scrapes, I think so long as they're like authentic, you know, like I was the one that put them there and I didn't pay some shop somewhere to like add them, I think they're probably okay. And also there's really no way of getting rid of them as far as I'm capable of doing at the moment. Been looking into different things though, so more to come on that front. Yeah, let's see. I think that's just about everything that I really wanted to do. Something that I just do subconsciously, and I feel like it might be worth sharing, is I will always leave it, even if I'm just storing it or if I've got a roll of film in it and I've got it with me, whatever, I just always advance it and then leave it locked. And basically what that does is just keeps the camera primed to fire, and it doesn't allow there to be any lacks of tension in between the advanced system and the shutter. So it's just something that, you know, I don't know if it really prevents any of the infinite winding issues that is very common in this model and models similar to this, but that's just something that I do, and I've not had any issues with this, knock on wood. But figured that would be probably worth sharing. Yeah, that was it. I just wanted to kind of quickly get all the dust and gunk off of it. I don't know, there was a good amount, not too much, but like I said, it's always kind of worth it to just, you know, maintenance them a little bit, just something simple like that. This one's going to be even easier because I'm not going to spend too much time on it. There's just like, you probably can't even see it that well, but there's just kind of build up. I've had this thing for going on, let's see, 3 years? Yeah, 3 years. Still have yet to take a good picture with it. Maybe this year's the year, but I'll probably end up doing a full breakdown video of the camera and how it operates. But this is called a TLR. Basically what that means, it's a twin lens reflex. And that would mean that when you look through the viewfinder, which is the top here, you're looking through the top lens. You look through the viewfinder up here, you're looking through the top lens, and then you take a picture with this bottom lens here. So I have to do some wizardry to make that work, but it is interesting nonetheless. As you can see, it's got focusing bellows for macro photography, which is pretty legit if you ask me. I haven't really used it all too much, but I think I might set up a little project for it one of these days. This is one of those that, like, conceivably I would never sell just because I love using it. It always gets people to stop. If I'm like, where was I at the other day? I was just walking around downtown. This dude stops me and talks with me for like 10 minutes about my camera, which, you know, depending on the mood, can be kind of annoying, but it was kind of cool because sometimes they'll have something interesting, like, oh, I used to shoot photography too, I use this camera, and, well, how do you do that, and this, that, and the other. And sometimes it's pretty cool, other times just like, alright. There's this dude, I like just crossed the bridge. I was in San Quentin, and I pulled off for a minute so I could stretch my legs. There's a dude comes up, and he's like, oh, nice camera. And he's got an antenna, like a dish. And I was like, thanks. What you doing there? And he just like immediately stops looking at me, and he's like, I'm checking radio signals. Like, oh, for what? And then he just walks away from me. I was like, okay. It was like my only human contact at that point in the day. I was like, that's good. Yeah, so as you can see, this thing is, you know, relatively modular to a very, 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 very small degree. Not something crazy like, you know, your Hasselblads or RB whatevers. But to some degree, it's very easy to take apart. And I have a little pentaprism that can be sat on top of here. I mean, you could honestly just shoot it like this if you wanted, but I always like to have something over top of it. And this is good because it pops up, so if it's sunny out, it gives you a little bit more coverage for that. And then it has a little thing there so you can focus in a little easier. Overall, great little system. Tighten that down, and very, very, very easy to clean. The quirky thing about this one that I have is that the knob is broken, so getting to the thing to open up the back is always a bit tricky. I have a pen knife that really works well for it, but I think that's going through the wash right now because I forgot to take it out of my pants. But yeah, so all I'm just going to do is kind of clean off some of this residue that builds up on the back. I think I'll probably end up, not now, but a later date, replacing this light seal that's right there because you can see it's just coming off. But the rest of this actually looks fairly clean in here, and it should be because I hardly ever have the back open. Like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. I've got an article coming out. I know I've said that for a few weeks now, but it's actually coming out. And then I'll be writing another one that will come out immediately after that. So stay tuned for that. Check out my website. Email me if you have any questions. Comment below. Let me know if you want to see a walkthrough video of this bad boy or any other things, any other topics you'd be interested in me covering. I do have a Cinestill 800T video that I'm planning on making, so be prepared for that. And yeah, until then, I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.